Good evening, my classy people. Wayne Bolden. I'm here at the SpeedKing channel. Coming up on a big weekend up there in beautiful Canada, up there in Woodbine. One of my favorite places to play because they got 10 sit pick threes everywhere and fours and fives. So it's always fun to play up there, and a bunch of friends as well. So I'll give a shout out to Angela up there and Joey B for sure. I want to look at the $1 million race, the Queen's, King's Plate, for sure up there. It is race number 9 on the card, ungraded for whatever reason, about 534, and you got a full field of babies in here, right? Full field of 3-year-olds and going a mile and a quarter, which is, I believe, derby distance, right? So, or across the synthetic. So, I mean, again, I don't know if I'll play the race, but typically, it's a great race in terms of value to play. The first thing that I noticed in the race after going through all the entries and all the past performances and do what I do, it appears that the 5, 6, the 8, and the 9 are up against it in terms of the win position, right? They just seem, overly matched when you say who do you consider to, possible to win the race. Now, of course, if they go in the gate, they can win the race. But there's the 5, 6, 8, and 9 are not any of those horses that I would consider a reason for me to consider them a win contender. Well, having said that, any of those, of course, if you're playing vertically, exactas, tries, and supers, and whatever effectors they have, you could use underneath. But I wouldn't consider the 5, 6, 8, and 9 a horse in here that looks like they can win the race in terms of past performance and where we project them to be. And if they do, they really will light up the tote board. They should be 50, 60, 70 to 1. That being said, it looks like there's reasonable pace in this race for sure. The number 1 horse, Mansetta, it looks like it should get a ground-saving trip, and it is Kevin Altar, who's one of the good trainers, real good trainers up there, clicking at about 20% from the rail with Morin up. So should press the pace from the start, along with the number 4 horse, Scorching, right? Scorching's a very, very fast horse, and Johnny V was on this horse, but he elected to ride the Marcassi horse, the number 10, No Time, I believe. But they did go get Jose Lascano, so it looks like the 1 and 4 are going to contest for the lead and make an honest, fast pace, okay? And on the far outside, the number 13 actually is Anchor, right? Well, hey, listen, this colt is very, very fast, and I think it's one of 3 that Marcassi has in here that should press the pace to make it really fast. So, that being said, I think the 1, 4, and 13 are the speed of the race, and I would be kind of shocked if either one of them would still be around at the end when the serious running would begin. Of those, I would think the number 4, Scorching, could probably stay on. So, I'm not considering the 5, 6, 8, or 9, or I wouldn't, to win the race, no more than I'm considering the 1, 4, or 13, the pace of the race. So, that eliminates 7 of them for me out of the 13 horse field. Now, that being said, I think my top pick would be in here, and it's kind of tough. Great value on the number 11 horse, Tom's Magic. Well, there's some things to like about Tom's Magic. One, Michael Stenham, who I just absolutely think is a very, 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 very good trainer. And I think Ruben Hernandez is up, and this one's out of Justify, a Triple Crown Justify with an asterisk. Should be able to go the distance of a mile and a quarter on the back end by Rahi, which is a kind of a turf horse, the grandsire. And the only thing, Tom's Magic has never been on a synthetic. Now, we know that turf horses run good typically on synthetic, and synthetic horses run good on turf, because both surfaces are very kind. So they're almost interchangeable. But the fact of the matter is, our top pick here, the number 11, has never run on a synthetic. So you never know. But I do like the fact that this horse comes out of a great race at Monmouth Park down at my home track on June 28th. Tales of the Cat. Wow, what a great horse that was. Julie Crone rode Tale of the Cat, I believe, for John Forbes down at Monmouth Park back in the day. And come out of the Tales of the Cat race on June 28th, some 49 days ago, and just ran a beautiful, beautiful race from post one, was covered up, stalked in the third position, and circled nicely. Well, this Ontario bred is bred for the distance. The only question is the synthetic. You know, will the horse take to the synthetic? Well, you don't know. The speed figures are good. The pace numbers are good. The horse should be about mid-pack, 6th or 7th at worst in a 13-horse field. Has won 3 races from 5 starts, 1 second. So there is some more upside on this horse for sure. And I think that this horse has beautiful even pace numbers with a beautiful speed figure coming out of the Tales of the Cat race. Again, the only question is the synthetic, right, which should be fine because the horse is by Justified. I think I can overcome that with 5-1. Now, what I can't overcome is the 11th post, right? I'm still going to pick them as my top pick, but I really don't like betting horses outside of the 7th post, 8 maybe, in 2-turn races. But this is a 1.25 miles, so the chute should be long enough to be able to settle into a good position. So I'm not going to, pick, and, I'm not going to be picky on my top pick, breaking from the 11 hole in this particular case. Every case is a little different. Every puzzle's a little different from the way that I see it, right? And this is my opinion, and like I tell everybody, always bet your opinion. So I think the number 11 horse is the horse that I would put on top here, hoping that the horse takes to the surface, the synthetic for sure. And I like Michael Stidham as our rider, and Hernandez is a great rider up there as well. So my top pick in the plate would be Tom's Magic, the number 11. Well, equally, Sedburys Ghost right outside of the 11th. Again, I'm way outside. Well, Munger is a very good rider up there. He chose the number 12 horse in this particular spot at 6-1. Pace numbers look like Tom's Magic. They're nice and even. The horse won the King's Plate trial on June 20th, some 27 days ago. Munger knows this horse, won on him twice already as a 3-year-old, and in the Marine Stakes ran 4th by 1 3/4 as a grade 3, and should be sitting on a very, very good race. I mean, Minshell is our trainer, and the trainer and jock together is about 24%, and it's Munger, the rider, knows this racetrack and knows this horse. So I think the number 12 do deserve a pretty strong and long look in this particular spot. Munger did jump off of the number 7, who I think also have a chance to run big at 12-1. But my second pick here, equally with the number 11, is the number 12, Sedburys Ghost by Sherman's Ghost for sure. Now, that being said, we're going to stay outside with maybe the horse to beat in our third spot, the number 10 horse. Well, Mark Casse has 3 in here, I believe. I was counting them, but they keep going up and up. That makes sense because he runs a lot of horses up in Canada and does very well there. And everybody, I'm not anti-Mark Casse by no means, because he trains for my girl Tracy Farmer, breeder and owner. But No Time, well, this might be the horse to beat. It looks like it's a favorite on 7-2 on the morning line. This horse ran a beautiful speed figure last time, right here across the track with the Hall of Famer Johnny V in the arms. Will say this to you: the number 10 horse is a filly. Okay, now that's nothing unusual up in Canada. I mean, they run fillies against the boys like it's a regular thing, right? Like this is a thing, right? And it is, right? So the number 10 is a filly, but I am going to give the boys a little bit of an edge over her for that, right? And everybody knows how much I love the filly. But that being said, this is a talented filly. She did win a stake race on June 20th, which was the Woodbine Oaks, and for $500,000 with Johnny V in the yarn at 6-1. Just a great price. She should be sitting in the catbird seat, even though breaking from the 10 hole, should be sitting fourth or somewhere in there, or fifth, and got a nice turn of foot. Has 3 wins from 8 starts. There's still some upside to it. So yeah, maybe the filly's the horse to beat, but I'm going to fade her to third in here for sure. And our 4th horse, we talked about the number 7. I believe this is the long shot play in the race. I really do. Even though Munger, the rider, jumped off of this horse who he broke the maiden with, and went down to the number 12 horse. I believe the number 7 deserves a look, and a strong look. Is a maiden coming in here, won by 9 lengths. It's out one of the Altar family members training. It was only 9%. I believe that the horse was live. I believe the rider, who's clicking at I think 18% Munger, that 14% would have stayed on the 7 horse. But that being said, we think you need to use the 7 horse underneath in verticals, and of course is a long shot play in here for sure. So there it is in a long about way. As I said, I don't think the 5, 6, 8, and 9 are horses that I would pick to win, and the 1, 4, and 13 are the speed, which should be pretty blazing in a 1.25 miles. So I end up landing on Stenham's horse, the number 11, as my top pick, and equally the number 12 horse, Sedburys Ghost, is our second pick. With Munger up, I think this horse has got a bright future. So for us, 11, 12, 10, 7, just like that. Yeah, go ahead and box it up. And hey, by the way, if you need another horse to throw underneath in verticals, I would look at the number 2 horse. That horse should, at 20-1, could hit the board, okay? I don't think the horse is going to win the race, but I would use the number 2 somewhere if you plan underneath the verticals. So for us, again, 11, 12, 7, 11, 12, 10, 7, just like that. I like the 11 and 12, the 12 and 11 for sure. I really do like the 11, and I do like the 12. My name is Wayne Bolden. There's your Queen Plate. Shout out to all my friends up there in Canada. What a great folks up there. Just so nice and pleasant. So from your SpeedKing down here in the States, have a great day on your big race day up there for sure. Wayne Bolden, I'm your SpeedKing. Stay classy up there, y'all, which you always do. I mean, anybody classier than the Canadians? I don't think so. That's classy bunch.